1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just drop a Steam announcement, and then we'll be live. Yeah! One second. Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna get some TF2 rocking and rolling. Trying to get into this comp matchmaking queue. Sorry, I'm like chatting with the Burnsiders open team. Let's get in this queue, right, ladies and gentlemen? Ooh, where am I going here? The Burnsiders open team's got some matches coming up this week. I'm excited about. I'm just excited about the Burnsiders. We got big things in the futures for sure. For sure. So let's get some Minesweeper rolling, ladies and gentlemen, because you know what? We might be here for a little bit. You guys are encouraged, heavily encouraged, to join me in the competitive queue here. Heavily encouraged, because we might not make it without you guys. Let's be mad real here. Mad real. What's up, Human Airstrike? I'm just chilling, man. My parents just headed out. I'm at their place, and so now that they're out of town, I'm just gonna start streaming heavily. Streaming for a couple hours right now. I'm gonna stream later. I also got some TF2 commentary. in earlier. Playing with or watching the Crits Cast. ESL 6v6 cup, 6-on-6 cup. I got to do the first 2 games that were broadcast, the quarterfinal and the semifinal. It was damn good. And then the grand final was damn good as well. I just watched the grand final. And then now I've been tuning into the announcement of the RGL.GG open matchmaking tournament, and I'm super excited about that. You know, that's just, we need to have that tested. You know, we need to try that out. It's super important. I I fucking hate it because I can't stress it enough. That's what I hate about it, is I can't stress it enough. And I've been saying the same shit since 2015. So that's what's like frustrating to me about it, is just that all this stuff that I'm talking about is like not new, you know? So I'm really, really excited about when we can actually make some progress on this whole just like matchmaking aspect and growing up about TF2. Sorry, I just realized that, like, oh, okay, I brought my water in here. And Ed Santos, yeah, is reminding me that I can queue up for casual at the same time. But you know, honestly, I miss the alert. I don't know if it's something with my HUD, but I just don't. I don't usually get like notified. So I fucking love Minesweeper. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Minesweeper until we trigger a competitive matchmaking game. This is also an exercise in proving a point, sort of. I just want to expose that at least I'm trying to play competitive matchmaking during this like time period, and hopefully, you know, we can gather an audience and we can get people going, get people queued up. I encourage you, Ed Santos, to queue up for competitive while you're playing casual. But personally, I'm just gonna play some Minesweeper in a second here, and I'm gonna sip my coffee, but I need to make this last. Also, might be slightly more quiet than usual because I'm just like a little sick. So we'll see how that goes. But you know, we are dual streaming today to both YouTube and Twitch, so we got a lovely audience, and I'm going to be paying attention to both chats and responding. So please sound off with your comments, and we'll just keep our discussion rolling. There is a discussion going as well over on Team Fortress TV. I will shamelessly ask for upvotes, but I have mainly stayed out of it. You know, it's so tempting to write big, huge paragraphs like perhaps someone like Get Oil did, but I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just like just not worth really chiming in and getting too invested in the conversation. The Human Airstrike was saying that he is a heavy weapons main. Well, I wish we get that heavy weapons update soon, right? Because that should be happening still. Oh, I need to check. Okay, no, sorry. I don't know even why I stopped playing, because I was like, I got distracted. Dre's still saying I would rather have this tournament in 2016, and that's the truth, you know. I don't know. It's just tough. Those like the forces of everything that have pushed and molded TF2. And I think that we're behind schedule, and I'm not. That's why I'm like not tripping about the state of TF2. Is I just feel like all of this debate and shenanigans and hesitancy to do these things has just slowed us down, and it's no big deal. We'll get there, but it is definitely slowed us down. And Sigafu, like Prolander represents the evolution of Highlander to me. Okay, so taking that statement, Prolander came about as, you know, an attempt to get, let's say, closer to the vision of Gaben. Let's just phrase it like that. You know, you just can't deny looking back in the histories of TF2 and just seeing that, you know, yeah, say whatever you want about Sixes and what Sixes was up to and what Sixes was accomplishing. The whole time there was a whole nother segment of the community that was also arguably larger from a numbers perspective. I'm talking about Highlander, and that those people, you know, had the sentiment of, you know, yeah, I want to play competitive TF2. I want to sign up for tournaments. I want to show up. I want to be in a league. I want to make that league awesome just by simply like contributing to it, you know. And they just, you know, through the force of continuing to play, they just kept Highlander alive. But Highlander does have this limitation of 99, you know. That's just makes things really cluttered. Personally, as a player, I get frustrated with Highlander because at first I'm really excited about the prospect of playing, let's say, Sniper. but I'm not really all that great of a sniper, and I need to practice it more. And so sometimes in that sort of situation, if I'm not really helping my team very well as the sniper, I get frustrated because it's just like, I can't do anything, you know. I just have to keep sniping and keep plowing through it, you know. And that is something, it is what it is, but in the case of saying like being engineer, you know, it's like there's parts, there's times where being engineer, I enjoy being engineer and I'm having fun being engineer, but I don't really want to play engineer the whole time. And that's a big reason why I like prolander, is because you get a little bit of variability. You can switch up, you know, what you're doing. And, you know, Sigafu in 2016, which even historically, I'm not sure if that's an accurate date for the timeline of prolander. But I'm just going to go off what Drysdale said there as a date. But when Sigafu first started really working on prolander, I mean, prolander was really super contentious as an idea, and I think he was more marketing it to Highlander players and as an evolution of Highlander. And I think in some ways he was just trying to, you know, walk away from the sixes and that just discussion and be like, you know what, like, we're going to do an experiment, we're going to try to grow things, but I'm not trying to take over the sixes community. And there was a huge, you know, rhetorical battle, you know, about all that sort of stuff. And I had to go through those same hoops when I pushed Arena Respawn, you know, and I pushed Arena Respawn in response to some of this Valve stuff. The stuff that they said, but not necessarily matchmaking, because Arena Respawn was before matchmaking. You know, there were forces out there like trying to do some of these experiments, but I just don't think that, you know, basically the sixes community is as ready for it as they are now. There's a lot of people that have been coming around, and, you know, if you look at the feedback in all the threads, you know, the Reddit and the Team Fortress TV thread, a lot of feedback is very positive, you know. And I'd say in regards to the Team Fortress TV thread, which I'll hit F5 on real quick, you know, that's certainly surprising that a Sigafu thread is being positively responded to. Hey, what's up, Nick Navarro? Welcome, bud. Let me know how new you are to TF2, and I can rewind a bit, but, you know, I am trying to phrase this whole thing as a conversation from the beginning. Basically, we're talking about, you know, how Valve has a matchmaking mode for Team Fortress 2, and that matchmaking mode is doesn't have any class limits. You can run whatever class setup you want. You could run 4 heavies. You can run 3 medics. 3 medics is pretty strong, and I wonder if that will be. I think that's, you know, one sort of sweet point, but I think that, you know, with heavy hardcore fraggers, you know, in the way these maps actually go down, I think that you might not want to run more than 2 medics. But, you know, it's like if you have a fragger medic and you have a Blutsager or something they can whip out, you know, I mean, the world's your oyster. I mean, that's what I think is exciting about this sort of format. It definitely has to take a shift of mindset. Okay, cool, Nick. Thanks for responding to that. Highlander is a reference to the movie Highlander, you know, where it's got the line, there can only be one. So that means that you're playing in a 9v9 setup with one of each class permanently. Prolander is a format, in some ways, I feel like I've, you know, helped devise the name. Full credit for the name is kind of floating around. I certainly blessed Sigafu and encouraged him to take over the name. And people that sort of say otherwise, that Sigafu stole the name, don't know what they're talking about. Prolander refers to a class limit 1 setup where there's, I mean, you can't have multiples of a class allowed. And, you know, I sort of use the term, we tried a 6v6 with class limit 1, so I use the term there. I also sort of use the term when a team would just end up, you know, with that sort of setup, you know, where they're running. It would happen on Gravel Pit when that map was still played, where you would end up with like a heavy, a medic, a demo man, a soldier, a scout, and an engineer. So anyways, but when we tried prolander with 6s, basically it just doesn't quite work. It just feels a little empty. You can't really run the correct classes to counter the other counter classes, and since there's kind of less options, it's just less interesting. And so Sigafu made the main decisions of focusing on King of the Hill maps and payload maps, and bumping the numbers up to 7. And I mean, you know, he's the thing about Sigafu and this prolander and this future endeavor is that Sigafu, you know, is just down for the experimentation of it. So you know, prolander is an experiment that's continuing to, you know, run. I find it very fun. I find it fun to watch. I find it fun to cast. I find it fun to play. I feel like it's going to take over for Highlander, and I feel like if the current 6v6 community doesn't make bold changes to their game, I feel like they're going to get overshadowed by prolander. That's my blunt assessment, and I would welcome someone to attempt to challenge that. It's just as like 6s is stuck in its own microcosm. Sigafu's doing really good stuff with RGL, and I mean, at least in North America, you know, because that's the thing. It's like we are once again kind of not as globally linked in regards to I don't know, sort of not as in regards to events, we're not as globally linked. But you know, in other ways, we definitely are. Like, you have TF2, which is a fantastic organization, and they could continue to lead a charge with, you know, whatever the 6s community is for a while. But also, you know, RGL could easily expand over to EU, and even if, you know, TF2 continued as 6s, if RGL was the dominant format in NA, I think you would still see teams like Froyotech, you know, be trying to travel and challenge European supremacy, even if it was a different format. So also, one thing of note with Sigafu and prolander is he's never made the claims that, you know, it's a finished format. Like I said, that it's alive, it's still growing, and in regards of, you know, a 6-player count or a 7-player count, you know, he's not settled. So some people have been opposed to his format, and one of their major reasons sometimes is just that it's 6 players. But it is kind of this roundabout, you know, where it's, or sorry, they're opposed that it's not 6 players, that it's 7 players, and that there's one more to pay. It's kind of this roundabout thing where it's like, well, with class limit 1, like, you need the 7th player. If open class limits works out, and especially with a more open whitelist, like an extremely open whitelist, then Sigafu's like, okay, yeah, cool, you know, like, we can just switch up, you know, to this format. You know, we don't need to do prolander. We can just do this 6s open whitelist competitive matchmaking. So that's certainly the hope. Man, we got more people watching than we need to fill up a competitive matchmaking game. But we might have some international people, or maybe you guys are chilling. You guys don't really have time to play a game of TF2. I understand. It's okay. We might get some Burnsiders in here. Ooh. By the way, not this game per se, but I am feeling a new record coming on. So, we're going to have some hot shit Minesweeper here shortly. Nice, dude. Europe. I love Europe. Hey, thanks, Drew Anderson. I've played a lot of Minesweeper, and been hitting that grind, you know. My boy LeCrum hitting me up on the side, so sorry, I just responded to that. I've been playing TF2 since just a little bit before it came out, which is a long ass time ago. And actually, it's pretty funny right now. As you can see, I got a laundry machine behind me. I'm chilling, and in this room, in the year 2000, I was like headshotting kids in Team Fortress Classic. And yeah, just chilling in Team Fortress Classic way back in the day. And my boy, yeah, there he is. Just chilling, man. I was just recollecting in the stream. Somebody asked me how long have I been playing TF2, and I was just recollecting. I'm in my parents' living room, and in the year 2000, I was fucking fragging kids and cackling like an idiot with the old school sniper rifle, making heavy weapons guys explode. Yeah. And my mom's like, I don't know, this game's good for you. I'm like, dude, I just headshot the shit out of that heavy weapons guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Cackling.
Oh,
okay,
tight.
that's hilarious because I had to wait. So I didn't grow up with a computer. I had to wait until I was in college, and then I got my computer. I bought it myself for class, you know. And I bought my laptop, and the first game that I downloaded from Steam was Team Fortress 2 because it was free, and I had seen my buddy. I'd seen my buddy play it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, you can like headshot this fat Russian dude as the Australian Outback man? That's awesome." You know what I'm saying? And like it was like super gritty, super realistic. Like, oh, when I throw out grenades, it explodes people. That's insane. And I remember that my friend's parents were like, I don't know if you should play that. That's really gross, and that's really mature, and that's not something that you should be watching or playing. And that made me want to play it more.
Right.
You know? So I put more time into it, and then I realized it was also the most amazing, competitive, in-depth first-person shooter I've ever played in my life, and the most competitive,
I'd say,
insanely addictive game that I've ever played ever. So anyway, rant over. It's awesome.
Oh snap!
I'm doing really good, man.
Are you good yet?
I just got
I said, are you good yet?
So I'm making some more money, which is awesome. Which, you know, you always wanna be like, yeah, of course, yeah, make more money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just hit 6,000 hours in TF2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
I hit the 6K.
I'm so bad in some ways, but in other ways, it's like, yeah, I'm still pretty good.
4,000 hours and then ask me, okay? You know, I'd like to say that I'm okay, pretty decent, better than the amount of people I join a lobby with.
Right.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I'll join like a casual.
Shout out to my boy Getaway, by the way. Yeah.
I'll go sniper and I'll miss like the next 20 headshots.
Yeah, me too.
And then I'll like immediately after that I'll go into a scrim or a competitive game or a pickup game, and I'll hit the next 20 headshots.
I hope we can chill it again.
And I don't know what it is. I think it's just mindset.
You know, we need. Ooh, I don't think so. I hadn't heard anything about it.
Oh, yeah, Get a Whale. Man, I love that guy. Oh, every
tight,
time
bro.
I
That's
went to,
step
every
one.
time I went to LAN, Get a Whale was the nicest guy ever. Get a Whale. Is Get a Whale going to Copenhagen at all? No? I got my passport. That's like the step one, yeah. I've never had one before, so this was like my thing, you know.
Yeah, that is a good descriptor.
I went and got my picture taken. I look like a crackhead. They were like, you can't wear a beanie, and I was like, oh no, because my hair was all pushed back. But in a beanie, it looks okay.
Hey, oh, that's a
Outside
unfortunate
of the
getaway.
beanie,
Saying
not okay.
Copenhagen, probably not a
So my hair is kind of like floofy.
Hopefully, maybe he could.
If that's a good descriptor.
To, the next I series. I don't know if I will be.
Yeah,
definitely going to Copenhagen.
Yeah.
I series would be another
so yeah,
dream. But
I got some floofy here in my picture. So every time I go to the airport, I'm just gonna have to take my beanie off, and I'll be like, oh, okay.
Getaway saying, what was it he said earlier? Oh, old school dudes talking shop on our dead game. I was gonna say, you know, on Bright Side of Life, Getaway Out, we went from being like the least popular Valve game to the second least popular Valve game. So, you know, thank Artifact for that. And they're still working on Artifact, so we're gonna get our love, all right? Crime, you still there? I don't know if we lost him. Yeah, I heard a little bit of mumblings about how that last Insomnia went. I think different people are going to be involved with it this next time. Definitely, it seems like the Copenhagen situation is going to be really exciting. And hopefully we can fucking figure something out for, you know, next round of North American lands. Yeah, nice, nice Geta. Yeah, Chrome, I can't hear you. I'm still holding out hope that we can like get involved in some like DreamHack lands, you know, or just another like solid land circuit. You know, I feel like we can if we just, you know, again, a little bit more momentum and push with just kind of solidifying a format or opening up more to what pub TF2ers want, because that's the thing. It's like pub TF2ers aren't going anywhere. It's like we still have this like fat community, and yo, yeah. Yeah, like big. Yeah. Okay. Weird. Yeah, Big was DCing on me earlier too when we were chilling and talking about it.
Did that change? Okay, I actually remember the last time that I was here, we were having problems with people being able to talk and how the server wasn't connecting. So I changed it. I changed the server itself to East. I just changed it back to West right now. Yeah, I'm really sorry I missed that, by the way. I was actually dealing with my own Steam stuff. Really weird, really weird. I went to log into Steam today, getting off work, and I was able to log in, and then I fired up a game, and I was playing the game for a little bit, and then it kept saying, like, server shutting down. I was like, what? That's weird. And then, so I completely exited out of Steam, and then it wouldn't let me log in. And then after a while, after it wouldn't let me log in, it said, you tried to connect to the server too many times and failed.
I was getting
we are now soft locking you out of this. Like, it didn't say all of that, but like, that's what I came across.
Casting.
So I had to wait 2 hours.
ETF, or that European
and then it finally
sorry, I also
let
wanted
me
to respond
back into the Steam
I also
servers.
sort of wanted to respond to what
it was really weird. It was the first time it's
I get what you mean, man, and I know, you know, tone on messages is hard to tell online.
Yeah, it was super strange.
You know, just words and words people want to say and stuff. Yeah, get away. Let me get a word in real quick. But I mean, like, the thing with Valve is like, like
might have been
it's
it,
tough because like we haven't seen anything, right? Everybody knows that we haven't seen anything. But like, I don't know. I still just feel on this question of the competitive side, like we actually haven't given them anything, and that's why we haven't seen anything from them. I can't see them not caring. You know, just meeting those guys in person, Eric S, Driller. I know those two guys like really care about it. That said, I also reached out to them and got absolutely nothing. You know, so it's just sort of how Valve operates. They're so head down and they're so focused, and I can't imagine them not working on this. That's like kind of where I come from. It's just like everything that they've built, I just know that they care so much and they're going to continue building on it. And they see everybody that's still playing TF2, that still cares about TF2, and they haven't given up about TF2. And so that's why it pains me when some people, not necessarily you, but when some people do kind of get slander it. And I totally also feel you getting upset about it and discouraged about it, and I've been through that as well. And now I feel like I'm approaching it from a healthier space. I'm not putting a lot of expectations on it, but this is a fun thing that we all do, and I feel like if we continue to just stay positive and focus on it, we can grow it in a nice, simple, healthy way. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. But like I was just thinking about the Ice series and like Drac like balling on kids in that game today, and I was just like, man, like, yeah, oh, that was fucking insane, dude. Yeah. And to me, wow, ouch. And to me, the thing that really resonated is I was thinking about Dota 2, and I think this last TI, somebody was like, really, this just feels like a bunch of friends getting together.
I watched that one clip of him double air shotting someone,
and I think what we have is that we have people like
first thing
Drac
he said was,
like,
wow, I've never seen that.
I go to Ice Series every year, or like Tiger, I go to Ice Series every year. I hang out with these awesome friends, and I ball on kids. And they don't make $20 million, but like we're still, you know, doing things. And yeah, Getaway, well, that's exactly it, man. Like there's so much that we can do without Valve support. Well, no, you were right except for that last sentence. Damn it. Take out. So why put effort into the pipe dream? Take that out. Take that out. Because why not is the question. Because to me, that's where it gets into the dichotomy, and that's where it pains me again, right? Because it's like either just try to build into what could be the pipe dream, or just like give up. I don't know. Like, or do that fucking pro mod, right? Yeah, of course, Crumb. I think you just cut out again a little bit. People were saying that you were cutting out. Maybe we should switch to Mumble. Send me a nudge if you got the XTD Mumble server.
Can I throw a little clip in there real quick?
1 second, I'll give you the info. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, and I think we are mostly on the same page, Geta. Yeah, it is harder for some people, and that's like the thing, like, and again, this was like years ago where me and LeCrum were arguing with Tino, and again, this like argument takes on this like legendary scope. But just, you know, he's like, oh, I'm so tired of arguing with these people and getting really upset. And it's just like, well, then just don't argue with these people, man. Like, if people want to play Highlander, you don't have to, like, work yourself into a fit being like, why aren't you playing sixes, you know? Yeah, and I would say I went through a grieving period of sorts, you know, certainly a couple years ago. There was a tough time in how TF2 weighed on me and what my expectations were, you know, all that stuff. Thanks for the offer of donating an item, Drew Anderson. You know, I don't really take donations. If you wanted to just like send me a gift or something, you know, that's cool. I'm not trying to flip items though. You know, you can hold on to it. Yeah, that's for sure, Geta. You know, and that's the thing too, right? Like, we're still like really young as a scene. You know, people like myself or yourself, you know, are older. Like, we've been around the block a bit, but you know, I think there's this thing where it's like our maturity kind of needs to like infiltrate in to other people, as well as like us have a capability to either, you know, sponsor teams or, you know, build up organizations. I think that, you know, organizationally, in terms of like sponsor teams and people like Feint or Swift, you know, that there's still some growth to see from those teams being a little bit more organized. As those teams are more organized and even on a small scale, you know, getting more out of these smaller events that happen, then I think we'll see more stuff just being properly commercialized and bigger teams interested in rejoining our sphere. Our sphere! You playing any other games, Get Whale? I know that you were trying to mess with, I think you were trying to mess with some other casting for a bit. I know that like Dreamboat, you know, in a lot of ways has kind of been forced to move on to TF2, and that's what the fuck, fuck. Oh, where is it? All right, Ghetto, you take care, bud. I'll pass on the words to Crumb. I mean, it's true, Rohale. It's true, Rohale. It would be cool to see more stuff from. Oh, oops. I think LeCrum's gonna be back in here in a second. Drew, you could try to send me a friend request right now. I think my friends list might be full though. See if I can clear one out. You're gonna have to let me know what your alias is though. I don't think I remember who this kid is. Vexon. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like. You know, sometimes Mumble gets weird if you've like changed your computer like a year ago or something, so. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, I removed you as a, whatchamacallit, as a registered user.
Got it.
Are you Hailster, Drew Rander?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if he is. Somebody just added me.
Yeah, no, it was kind of weird. I was trying to
just queue up, bro.
Wrong
Just queue
password,
up.
wrong combination.
Yeah. Dude, you know, like, what's the risk?
Okay, all right, yeah.
Yeah, I wanna go toe to toe with my man, dude. Cheek to cheek.
Oh, also, you should add me to your competitive queue, or just add me to the search party. Just queue up separately? Oh, okay, all right. Ooh. All right, I like that. I like that. Oh, you gonna get some content. Toe to toe. All right, man. You got it.
Some of those words mean things to me.
Butt to butt. You know what's funny though? My last competitive in.
If so, barely. I actually don't have too many games under my belt.
6 in a row.
How's huh?
And I am currently the expert assassin.
Damn it, yo! I'm in the middle of a Minesweeper game.
You know, your boy is. He's up.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Shit. Where is it? When you're just finding a game, right? It shows up
in the competitive. Do you? Does it say? Does it have your rank there? If you go to.
No, I just have the little bronzy thing or whatever there, or the square.
My bad.
Yeah.
If you go to your TF2 home screen.
Okay, cool.
Hit that little cog arrow. And
someone's like, I hear Crumb. You're not reacting
and
though.
Tell you if you're ranked. If you're not ranked, it won't tell you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he is Hailster, so. All right, yeah. Send me a trade. Send me a trade, man, and
I'll help you get a better ranking. Don't worry.
I'll hold on to it. I'll try to keep you on my list for a bit, Hailster, but I might have to eventually drop you for some business. So we'll see what happens. Crumb, how's Double Plus Good going? Oh yeah.
You know, it's been a journey, honestly. It's crazy going from open to
shit.
IM, you know, intermediate. The only game we've won has been a forfeit win, you know, which is kind of crazy. And we're literally today we have our next match, and we're going against the newly rostered Faint Gaming, which is so scary because they have Tambo. They have a couple other intermediate / IM player or players, and yeah, it's gonna. Honestly,
no,
it's gonna be really
my boy
rough,
Hailster is coming through, and I gotta tell you a story, Hailster. God damn, he just came through big time. I don't know if he realized, but he just gave me what is my favorite hat that I do not
like
have.
how the Burnsiders,
so
at least mine.
Yeah. Fucking whenever this hat came out, I was like, oh man, that's such a good tie-in.
Oh.
I was like, I love that original game.
Shit.
And I'm talking about Sam and Max. And at the time, things were just maybe it's sort of tight. And it was just like, I can't, I know I'm not going to play that game.
Shit, I don't even know this.
You know, like, I know I love it, but I just know I'm not going to spend my time playing that game. And I was like, I can't spend $30 just for a TF2 tie-in hat. Yeah, he just sent me a Max's hat. Shit, dude. So that's dope. That's dope because I was like, I regretted that. It was a smart decision to like not spend $30 for a tie-in hat. And I was seeing people running around with Max's hats all the time, and it irks me because I don't have one. So thanks a lot, buddy. I really appreciate that. That's a huge gift.
Did he send you a Max's head?
Yeah.
Oh snap!
I think I actually was like contemplating it the other day. Somebody's like, the TF2 economy is diving, and I was like, how much does a Max's have these days? yeah. Oh
awesome,
man.
I've always wanted to get a Max's head, and the
Crumb, are you gonna join into the open matchmaking?
Man.
RGL tournament? Did you hear about that? Yeah, RGL just announced that they're hosting a 6v6 open whitelist open class limit tournament.
I'm a submariner.
5 CP maps will be played till 3 rounds and no time limit. Oh yeah. No, bring your team and play.
What's that?
So, I think it's in March.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Is it like you bring your team, you play, or is it like you get placed on a team?
Oh shit.
Okay. I mean, I'll ask. Oh, okay. All the way in March. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'd be super down. It's kind of funny because Prograde is playing Spy of all things in a Highlander team right now. So it'd be cool to maybe have him on the team. Our demo is actually a Pyro main who just happens to be able to play.
Yeah,
demo.
I mean, I think the real
crazy.
question
kind of like
is how do you set it up?
Of different like.
What's
UGC
your
classes
instinct?
that
I
have come
think
together
the
to
first
play
gut move for
high-level
me
sixes,
is double
because we
demo.
all know that we can play the game itself.
Right.
So yeah, that'd be super fun, man. And I can always.
Yeah,
play
I think
like
that's maybe the starting
and
foundation
we can
might be
find
double
some good
demo,
teams.
but it might not be. Like, do you do double demo, double scout, double medic?
Oh, double demo. I see where you're coming with that, though. think.
Yeah.
Okay, in all optimizations,
Yeah.
you will always have a sniper. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. I feel like, and you know what? I kind of share the same view as Danny in that way, where he said if you were to have like a team composition or a class composition,
I mean, I think maybe there's a Quake comparison here. You know,
because it is.
You can't run railgun all the time.
It's not like sniper in any other game ever. You know, it's like
It's
you
true.
point, you click, you're dead.
Yeah.
You know, and if you have somebody who can point and click on their heads super quick, super great, that's it. They win. Okay, all right. True.
Yeah, and Dresdel says he's gonna run Scottish Resistance. And here's the thing.
You know,
it's
different in that aspect.
So here's the thing: you can do SCO-Res
and
you can do a standard demo.
Switch between weapons, but in that concept, if you play around
so,
with sniper,
you can do SCO-Res in a standard demo, or you could do
and other classes.
A Quickie Bomb launcher. Sorry, somebody just gave me a sub or something, but I don't think I have my Streamlabs set up right. Let me fix that.
SCO-Res.
Okay,
Oh,
if we get another
shit.
alert.
That might be real good.
We will actually properly get an alert. So yeah, I think we got a follow. Thanks, Mags. I think there's a lot of interesting demo night possibilities too. That's what I would like to see, and that's why I talk about double demo, is because even if it's temporary, if you're not dropping stickies, then I think demo night is way more of a possibility.
Welcome to the Burnsiders. Very true.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? I actually really like that for a couple reasons.
So
the main reason is because.
So are we talking?
Are
we talking two demos?
Because let's be honest,
a medic.
You're never gonna want.
Right. You
Not
gotta at least have a medic. And a sniper. Right.
Potential.
So that's four.
Of
I throw out.
and
You
sort
fill
of
it with
formation.
a scout and a heavy.
But having like a demo knight who like also
Yeah,
gets some
because
heads,
I think that. You know, and then the scout can switch to pyro, heavy can switch to pyro, demo knight can switch to pyro. Like you could do that.
Okay.
You also need a soldier.
Yeah,
you also sort of need a
demo
soldier,
medic are
but
for
like if you have double
Okay,
demo,
alright.
you're. I don't know. That's right. Like, just so many questions, and I think it's
Ooh,
way
heavy,
more
I
map
like that.
specific, which is pretty
I
exciting,
really like
right?
that. Maybe even spy for a surprise. Yeah. Like honestly, that's what I think TF2 was originally supposed to be, but it's really hard to run traditional TF2 nowadays, and also be competitive.
Yeah.
Because of all of the like stigma around sixes, which is something that a lot of people don't understand. Is like it's not bad to play sixes, and I think the sixes format is a really refined format. But TF2 in and of its pure self was always like, how can we make these classes relevant every time?
Yeah, and I think the thing is as well that some people are missing is I think that some of the items are very, very well balanced around this concept of having completely wacky class loadouts, you know, where some of the counterplay or some of these things of Criticola or Milk or just these things that were just like, like this is different and I hate it. It's just kind of like, well, if we were in this 6v6 situation with just completely wide open whitelist and class limits, then it's just this whole different arena where those things can work, you know, and aren't problematic. Let's see, I want to read what Jared still says here. He says, one dedicated medic, one dedicated stock demo, and the rest just flex. And I mean, that is about the truth, you know. Because I mean, the other thing is as well, it's like you can switch life to life, because a lot of times, you know, scout might not really be that solid of a defensive choice, you know, when you compare it to heavy weapons guy or engineer even, right? You know. Mm-hmm. Mm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It should always be what you need at the time, you know? That's why I've always loved playing flank classes on a Sixes team. You know, whether it's flank scout or even roamer. It's because I could always kind of swap to whatever was needed. You know, do I need to have? Do I need
the Sixes
to like, get that hero shot or whatever?
You know,
we need to
it's this whole thing where we're like, oh, well, this is the strongest situation, and it's like, yeah, but you ban things to make that the truth, you know. Like with a disciplinary action, I mean, that's like the easiest example to me of a ban that's simply to control
your character,
the game, like. Yeah. And I mean, it's even just that idea, though, of like, well, just counter it by doing it yourself. And people are like, well, people don't want to play that. And it's like, that doesn't, that shouldn't matter. You know, like, if that's the winning strategy right now, then that should be the winning strategy until it's changed. You know?
Which, by the way, if you've ever played with a disciplinary action heavy, you can still counter it. It's not impossible, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
Isn't the winning strategy in Sixes demo 2 soldiers, 2 scouts, and medic? I'm sorry.
I see one of my boys is searching competitive.
Oh wow. Is it unfair to play against a demo that's always supported by a medic? And
yeah, me too. I'm gonna.
You know, like,
yeah.
I'm
gonna message a few other people, so we'll see.
Are too easily
we'll see what happens.
Riled up about.
We're getting close though to giving up hope and moving on to casuals. We'll see. If it happens though, you just might see me on that skill res.
I am. I'm gonna go against eXtine. I'm gonna prove to y'all that I'm the daddy here. Okay. I might too, actually.
Ooh, we flying right now. We flying. Lucan asking, excuse me, why are you playing this mind game? Because I'm a boss at it, and it's actually one of my favorite ways to cross train. I feel my click accuracy and mouse accuracy, and it's just straight up one of my favorites. We're also queued up though. I mean, we're in the Team Fortress category of Twitch because we are queued up for competitive matchmaking queue, which unfortunately not enough people play right now, so we're not finding a match. So what I try to do is I just right now I'm trying to stream while I'm looking for a match to encourage people to queue up for it. And I just love this game and I want to play Minesweeper anyway, so you know, it's a good coincidence. I could be in casual, but I miss when I've done that in the past. I've missed the notifications, and I want to play Minesweeper. So we will give up at some point and switch over to casual TF2, but that is not yet. Yeah, I mean, do you usually catch the notifications? Yeah. I feel like
if you want, you could join my casual, by the way. While we queue up for competitive. That's what I'm doing
okay.
Right now.
Yeah, that does. If I'm let's party up then.
For
if that's cool.
Competitive on casual?
Do it.
Yeah, no, it's
okay. Yeah.
That says join your competitive match.
Do we just invite to party or?
And then it gives you a 10-second timer.
Just join.
And then if the 10 seconds goes up, then it automatically. puts you in the queue.
Tight.
Does that make sense? Or it automatically puts you in the game.
Yeah, it must be my HUD then.
Join my party, actually.
That's a piece. I don't know. I feel like I'm on the latest Raise HUD.
Join my party. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will.
By the way, shout out to that gamer because he's a boss.
So yeah, because if the game pops up and is like your competitive queue as whatever.
Yeah.
Might be it. How long has it been since you updated your HUD?
Oh, tight. We're not queued, by the way. I don't think. Right?
I am on the latest Raise HUD.
Oh, okay. I just do not see it.
Yeah. Raise fire. My God, what an amazing.
I'm gonna have to fucking put on some Max ears.
Speedrunner.
Everybody that doesn't get
like when he
a
his record, like his latest record, it was awesome.
An unusual. I'll wear Max ears.
Oh, I'm queuing us up right now.
Oh, let's see.
Oh yeah.
Oh. I'll be right back. Just got my water. What's up, Tenchi? Oh, did you get dropped? What happened? Jeez, man. I don't know why my TF2 FPS when I'm streaming is so ass. Is my computer just bad?
I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but
or is it the kids that are wrong?
Yeah, it did. My TF2 crashed.
Yeah, I was trying to set up a new graphics config before I started, but I'm still on the Comanglias and feel like it's okay.
Historically, TF2 has been bad because TF2 has gone through so many updates that it's like
the old one.
Keep track of if it's like this or that, Comanglias is fine.
Mastros? No.
Hell, people who even use Chris's config are fine,
Master config?
Yeah, exactly. The best now is,
okay,
I think
okay.
called
That was the one I was looking at, but then it was sort of like, this is gonna fuck up all your configs. And I was like, maybe I'll do that later. Yeah. Yeah. I like how it auto-balanced me when we have an odd number of players. Like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Yeah.
It's like COM.
Yeah, maybe it's just like, okay, well, we don't know that you guys are gonna slay if you're all three on the same team, right? Is that you? Is that you?
You definitely have to, like,
oh, no, never mind.
Look at your other configs first.
Maybe Overheal is on the scout. My demo was bad.
Shit, man, that's pretty anti-gamer.
Wow. One of my old coworkers somehow got away with his name being Micah Cumslinger on Pokemon Go. His friend changed it as like a LOL joke because I think it's his Fortnite name, or it used to be his Fortnite name, and then like Pokemon Go is just like, yeah, that's cool. We'll keep that. It's like, what? That's a little extreme. Yeah, Capital X, you know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Super X.
Excellent.
Also, eXtine, man, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if this is a blessing or curse. I want to say blessing, but I can never see an
we were
X
in,
without
when
it
I was in
actually
Mexico,
being,
there was
like,
a little like
capitalized now.
circus
like,
thing
even
there.
Just in everyday, like if I
You
see
know, carnival
like,
rides,
oh, like
and
examine,
there was one that was
word,
like extreme, and they had the
reason.
capital X.
To
I was
me,
in
it's
love.
gonna be a capital X every time.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I'm sure you were.
Be like,
You want to hear my
ate
funniest
his tacos.
flex on people when they're just random and they're like TF2
oh yeah,
people.
yeah, that was.
They're like, oh,
that was
Burnsider,
banging.
503 Burnsiders? Yeah, okay, you know eXtine? You know, I'm like, yeah,
We still need to Meals for Reals too sometime.
That's my number one go-to. Like, oh yeah, I slept on his couch. They're like, what? I'm like, it's no
Yeah.
big deal, but he did make
Well-
me some hella good fried rice before. Super banging.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it keeps trying to get started, but it didn't have the same.
No,
core
yeah,
that
it just
it
helped it get
had
over the hump
when,
of making
when-
sure that it
when we were
really
doing it for
happened,
Cornish.
right? Because
Because I
I think
think we
right
had
now,
a,
I mean, I sort of agree with that sentiment, but
called?
just that, you know,
we had something
we
to
don't have a
kinda
house,
stick
or
to.
everybody that
You know,
was
we were like, hey,
involved
we're
in it.
doing
It's
this
kind of
for
like,
our buddy. We're
it's
doing
not
it for some
necessarily the
people
most
with
ideal
Burnsider,
timing, right?
And that's what motivated me. And I'm not saying that
I
the
still have
event
so much
itself
going on, and I think that
should
you
be
have so much
motivated
going
by,
on now. It's tough,
by the
tough for us to
cause,
pin
because
it
the
down,
cause
you
is
know?
really, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that makes sense because it's a lot easier to do. I was thinking we could maybe do a monthly charity
And
day,
I mean, yeah,
right? A single day of the month.
as crappy as it sounds, I would almost like want to wait until we had the Burnsiders house kind of figured out.
Yeah,
And then it would be,
I got
like,
some good ideas.
completely,
I think we
like,
should
that would
also
be a
have a
huge thing.
once a month
Yeah,
Patreon
that'd
party.
be great. Oh my
And have our
gosh, that'd be
Patreon and
awesome.
other local supporters come over,
That'd
and we'll
be
get
so
some
cool.
fucking Stormbreaker, and we'll just have and
Wow,
we can
that
stream
actually
it
makes
as
me so
well,
happy
and it'll
to
be
see you doing that right now, which
kind
is,
of a
like,
fundraiser,
super awesome.
you know,
'Cause
fundraiser
there's so
stream
many
as well for
different
the
charities that I can
Patreon.
think of.
You know, awareness, I guess, is maybe a better word.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm glad you say that because here's this. I told my parents, they were not as thrilled, unfortunately. But we have a family card game, and I'm
man.
gonna go buy a second webcam. And so I was like,
another big thing that I want to do is I want to do
no, I mean we didn't make it, but like,
maybe.
I'm not
Maybe
entirely sure. Like,
Burnsiders board game.
I mean, it's not a
Yeah.
very common game, you know, and you know, it's just one of those like really old school, you know, kind of passed down through family members or teaching other people, right? Right. So the game that we
Like a
play,
family
we call
card
it
game, like
Shanghai.
what you made?
Yeah, and it's kind of a gin rummy variant. Does that mean anything to you? Oh, you got piped. I know. I wish I had sorted you, dude. But yeah, I got the laggy. I know.
Right. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. So it's a gin. Yeah, gin. Okay, so you get seven. There's seven hands. And each hand is either, you know, something to do with runs or groups.
Damn boy.
A group is
Sorry, I had to
fucker.
jump on the.
a group is three of a kind, and a run is a straight flush of 4 cards in a row.
It does sound familiar.
And
Gin Rummy, I know what Gin Rummy is.
the first hand is 2 groups, and then it's a group and a run, and then it's 2 runs, and then it goes to 3 groups, 2 groups a run, 2 runs in a group, and then 3 runs. Yeah, and there is a game called like Phase 10 or something like that.
Right.
That is kind of the same thing, but Phase 10 is like, you know, the commercialized version, so it's custom cards. But you can basically, if you're playing with 3 people, you use 2 decks. I think 4 people you can still use 2 decks, but then if you're gonna play with 5 or 6, then you play with 3 decks.
Yeah.
And then when you put your hand down, you can. That was pretty funny. When you have what you need and you go down, then you can play on other people's hands that they put down.
Right.
And like, I think in some gin rummy games, when you do that, you like lay the card in front of you. But in this one, it just like doesn't matter because you're just trying to get rid of all your cards. And then the other, I guess, like really the only other 2 like main things are like you have to play out, so you can't like discard, you can't throw away your last card. You have to play out. And then you can also buy cards. So if it's not your turn and there's a card in the discard pile and you want it, you can say, hey, can I buy that? And anybody that's in front of you can either pick it up or buy it themselves. And when you buy a card, you have to take 2 cards as a penalty. Yeah. So that way when you're... Yeah. Because when you're trying to collect runs, like... So last night, it was the last hands, and I need 3 runs, and it's like, I see the card that I need, and I had a joker in there, and it's just like, like, it was a really tough decision, and it's just like, I have to buy, I need that card, because I think this is going to increase my odds.
Okay,
and I bought the card, and then my dad went out. So it was like, you know, shit, like, I just picked up more points, and that's the thing is, if you get caught with a hand, you get points. And then at the end of the game, basically, you know, it's 7 hands, but whoever has the lowest points wins low. So we'll play like either just for quarters, you know, 4 quarters buy-in, or we'll play for candy or whatever. But I think it's a tight game because it's just like very poker-esque, and it's like all about like odds management, you know, and psychology of like paying attention to what other people have and what they're trying to do. Maybe?
Yeah. Play for candy, yeah. Have you... Yeah.
A card? Okay.
Have you ever played a game called Oh Heck? It's... Okay, so... How do I explain this game?
Okay.
It's kind of... It's not difficult to explain, but like there's a lot of rules. So, oh heck, you start out, you deal the cards. So when you start out, it's everybody gets a card, right? It's 1 card.
Whatever's active, yeah.
And then you guess how many hands you're gonna win. Okay? So it's aces high. So, right? And then you flip the card. You flip the top card after everybody's been dealt, and then whatever suit that is. That's the what's it called? Something. That's the something.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, say you flip a club, right? So if anybody has a club, that's the trump card. There we go, trump card. So say you have an ace diamonds. Yeah, that's the highest thing you can get. But if somebody has a club 1, they're gonna win because that's the trump card. Okay. So then you guess before anybody flips their card how many suits you're gonna win. So on the first card, people are gonna either say 0 or 1, right? Like, oh, I have a trump card, high trump card, I'm gonna bet 1. Everybody else would be like 0, you know, or oh, I have a trump card, I'm gonna bet 1 because I bet nobody else has a trump card, you know. Then you go to the next round, and then you would bet out of 2. You know, oh, I'll win 2 hands, I'll win 1 hand, I'll win 0 hand. The thing is, if you bet that you will win 0 hands, you win 5 points by default.
Yeah.
If you don't win 0 hands, or if you win 0 hands, so you flip your card, you don't win, you get 5 points. If you miss, you get minus 5 points.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
however many you're off.
There's
you
another
get
one that
minus
I used to
that
play in high school,
plus
and
one.
then in
So the
Mexico,
start-
this lady was teaching a
it's little
similar one.
complicated.
At the end of the
It's
day,
easy to
though, I
explain
sort of
in
like
person, but it's
like
super
mine
fun.
better
And
than
like, the
watch
next
that crumb
time
bot.
that we
What
hang
else
out,
my
we're gonna
behind
play
you?
this, and you will see, it's a really
Yeah.
freaking fun, dude.
Dirty spies.
I mean, you kind of
Yeah.
have to play like 3 or 4 people.
We used to
but-
play this game in high school. I don't know if you ever played anything like either shithead or asshole or presidents. Yeah. And there's some different variants or different house rules, right? And apparently there's this Cuban game, and it's kind of like that,
Oh,
except
there
you
were,
can
like,
just
2
play
slides over there.
like poker hands.
Thanks
So
for
you
the
can be
call,
like
so-
full house. But
Yes,
in some
yeah,
ways that just kind of
yeah.
complicated things, because then it's just like there's more things to think about, and I sort of just like the simplicity of shithead. You know, but like it's just straightforward, and so you can just focus on, I don't know, the psychology or running the board. And then I really like that, like this Cuban game didn't like have it, but I like that aspect of having to like give up cards. You know, like the president gets 2 cards from the person on the bottom. I always thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wait, let me guess what snack you're munching on. Usually I would say
Wow.
pretzels,
Pretzels?
but
No.
I don't think
No.
it's pretzels.
Potato chips, dog.
I think that it is.
Yeah. Super
Something
tasty
wasabi.
avocado oil, Himalayan
No, I'm
salt
wrong, I'm
kettle
wrong.
chips.
Not wasabi.
Those are so good, dude. Those are so good.
No, actually.
Have you had the
pretzels. No
wood
pretzels.
smoked? Have you had the wood smoked ones?
Is it? Is it?
Holy fuck, dog.
What is it?
Like, they're basically the best barbecue chip ever.
Way off.
Because it's only smoke. It's not like tomato, there's no like sugar, there's no fake
No, I
kind of
should've
yeah,
known
no kind of
that. Oh
fakey
my God,
barbecue.
I had
It's
it
just
last time I
the
was hanging
smoked
out with
salt,
you.
and they're so fucking good.
They are so good. I remember.
Pretty sure I
literally
destroyed
saying
an entire
that.
bag of them myself.
No, I haven't.
Yeah. Like in one session, you know. Hit me.
Nothing like that.
Corn nuts? Corn chips? Oh.
You know what? You know what my guilty pleasure is? Barbecue flavored corn chips. Yeah, both. Either anything barbecue flavored that tastes like
That
corn.
sounds really good. Gimme.
Like-
Gimme.
Like I've had like the corn nuts, and it's like, oh my god.
Ooh.
And I've had the corn chips.
Comes
where it
and
was
goes.
like the kind of like half ovals. that
Comes.
it's just barbecue, and it's like they got that like sweet tasting like outer coating with like the barbecue.
Ooh, that would be
smoky
tight.
Flavor inside.
Also, what was
Gimme.
I gonna say
Gimme,
about
gimme,
that?
gimme.
We talked to Big a little bit
Gimme, gimme,
today.
gimme.
Oh, I was gonna say that
Gimme, gimme,
there's a
gimme,
spot
gimme,
down
gimme,
by my brother's spot
gimme,
house that's hiring CNAs. So I'm
So
sure
another
you're not gonna
great
have
thing
any
about,
problem getting
moving to Portland
a job.
is I would be able to rejoin my Portland all-male acapella group.
Ow!
Yeah.
Oh, what a pipe! I air piped this dude who was trying to parachute in like a baller, and then he killed himself with a roller.
Oh, whoa. Awesome.
Yeah, that's worth the cackle, right? Dude, fuck this NG. He's trying to get behind us. This NG's trying to get behind us. He's running faster than me, too. God damn it. Okay, cool. This guy's gonna die. Thanks, Pyra.
The best kind. I mean, I cackle a lot, so like. Also, fuck my headshots because they're terrible right now.
I need to reload.